This reflection is for 19th Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year A. Today's readings invite us to trust God even when life is filled with fear, uncertainty, and storms. God often reveals His presence not in dramatic events but in the quiet moments of our hearts. Jesus calls us to keep our eyes fixed on Him rather than on the waves around us. Through faith, we discover that God's love is always stronger than our fears. The first reading, 1 Kings chapter 19, verses 9a, 11 to 13a. The prophet Elijah expected God to appear in mighty signs such as wind, earthquake, and fire. Instead, God came in a gentle whisper, teaching Elijah that His presence is often quiet and peaceful. In moments of discouragement and exhaustion, God does not abandon His faithful servant. He speaks gently to restore courage and renew hope. We too must cultivate silence so that we may recognize God's voice amid the noise of our busy world. Responsorial Psalm 85 verses 9 to 14. The psalmist proclaims that God's presence belongs to those who listen to Him. His mercy, justice, and faithfulness embrace one another, bringing hope to His people when we walk in God's ways. Righteousness and peace flourish. The Lord continues to bless those who trust in His promises. And the second reading is from St. Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 9, verses 1 to 5. St. Paul expresses profound sorrow because many of his own people have not accepted Jesus Christ. His love for them is so deep that he would willingly suffer for their salvation. Paul's words reveal the heart of a true disciple who desires the eternal good of others. His compassion challenges us to pray and work for those who have drifted away from God. Genuine Christian love always seeks the salvation of every person. And the gospel is in Matthew chapter 14 verses 22 to 33. The disciples struggle against strong winds and terrifying waves, symbolizing storms we'll all experience in life. Jesus came to them walking on the water, showing that no power of nature or human suffering is beyond His authority. His words, "Take courage, it is I, do not be afraid," remain a message of hope for every generation. Saint Peter stepped out of the water with remarkable faith. But when he focused on the wind instead of Jesus, fear overwhelmed him and he began to sink. How often we do the same when we allow anxiety, doubt, or worldly concerns to replace our trust in Christ. Yet Jesus immediately reaches out His hand and saved Peter, revealing that God's mercy is always greater than our weaknesses. The Lord never abandons those who call upon Him. Every storm can become an opportunity to deepen our faith if we keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. The disciples' final profession, truly you are the Son of God, is the heart of Christian faith. When we recognize Jesus as the Son of God and place our complete trust in Him, no storm can separate us from His saving love. Lesson from today's readings: God is always present, whether in the gentle whispers or in the raging storm. Faith grows when we listen to His voice, trust His presence, and keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. The Lord may not remove every storm from our lives, but He always walks with us through them, strengthening us with His grace and leading us safely to peace. Question for meditation: when the storm of fear, suffering, or uncertainty arise in our life, do I keep my eyes fixed on Jesus, or do I allow the waves of anxiety to draw me away from trusting in Him? God bless you. Have a wonderful day.